BYD sales in February worldwide were absolutely shockingly bad. And honestly, I was totally shocked by them. There's kind of no real reason for this. Now, yes, there was the Chinese New Year. Yes, I know China goes to sleep in February, but still, we're talking about a global car company here. They sold 100,000 vehicles. They meant to sell 4 million cars for the year. What the hell happened? Well, I'm not really sure, but whatever the case may be, BYD has rebounded back in a way that is truly shocking. They delivered over 300,000 cars in the month of March. And considering March is one of the worst months of the year in China, BYD are doing what they said they would do. And they're basically ending legacy automakers in China. They're basically putting them to the sword. This is very real. And it means the companies like Toyota, their vehicle sales went down by 36%. Who's taking their sales away from them? BYD. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. It's really, really interesting to see this. BYD sold 302,500 vehicles in March. So BYD had their second best month in history in March. If you have a look at BYD in March of last year, well, they sold only 200,000 vehicles. So they've gone from 200,000 in March of last year to more than 300,000 in March of this year. That's a pretty phenomenal result. In considering China's economy is clearly in the toilet this year. I mean, everyone's believing it's not, but it's just being stimulated because, put it this way, right? Last year, nearly 50% of China's economic growth came from renewable energy. They just deployed a whole bunch of renewable energy in China. That was their economic growth. Yeah, that's awesome, but it shows you that China's economy is just sort of in that stimulation phase. The government stimulates it, hopes that things keep on happening. Well, this year we've had an Evergrande collapse. That's $500 billion in the toilet. The confidence in China right now of the average citizen that they're going to be able to keep their wealth and hold on to it is pretty low. So the kind of inclination for someone to go and buy a new car in this kind of environment, I think is not very high. BYD sales just continue to rocket up. BYD have been doing things like this though. They've reduced the price of some of their cars by 20%. That's a huge, huge discount. Anyhow, of those 302,000 vehicles that BYD delivered, about half of them were electric and about half of them were plug-in hybrids. However, some of them were actually commercial vehicles as well. Sales of EVs grew by 46% versus the same month last year for BYD, but sales of plug-in hybrids grew by more at 148%. That's my only concern here. That's something I am personally, as an investor of BYD, I'm a little concerned about that. I don't see the huge growth in plug-in hybrids being a good thing. I preferred if the growth was in EVs. However, BYD's commercial vehicle sales, they haven't really grown. They continue to stay at about the same level. BYD delivered just under 1,000 commercial vehicles. So if you're wondering what was the makeup of models, what models are BYD selling, which ones are the most popular? Well, the BYD Song, BYD delivered 80,000 of the Song. That is, of course, primarily plug-in hybrids for those. The Qin, the BYD Qin, which is also a plug-in hybrid vehicle, it's a Chinese-specific vehicle. They delivered 40,000 of those. The Seagull, now this is primarily just sold in China as well, but it's an electric car. Very, very affordable. The price starts at around $10,000 US for the cheapest version of the Seagull. BYD sold about 35,000 Seagulls. The Yen, which is the Atto 3, that had a decent month. Around 34,000 Atto 3s were delivered. The BYD Chaser 05 had a bizarrely good month. It's by far its best month in history. In fact, the best-selling month for the Chaser 05, in the past, it sold 12,000. Suddenly, 30,000 was sold. I don't know how that happened. Incredible. That is actually a Chinese-specific model as well, and a plug-in hybrid. The Dolphin had an okay month, a bit surprising here, but anyway, Dolphin sales were to about 21,000. The BYD Han, not that great, to be honest, from the Han. No, not too bad. Around 20,000 BYD Hans were delivered. The BYD Tang had a bounce back month. Price, there's a newer version. It's better. It's now cheaper as well. There was 15,000 BYD Tangs delivered. And then the BYD Seal. Seal sales are still abysmal in China for some reason. Total global Seal deliveries were around 14,000. So that includes exports. And the BYD Seal is one of the most exported Chinese BYD vehicles. They're really popular in Thailand, in Australia, and they're just starting to sell them in Europe as well. So I believe about half of those Seal deliveries went internationally, and the other half went in China. So as you can see, the Seal is just not really a significant player when it comes to BYD sales, and never has been. The BYD E2, that's also a plug-in hybrid. Around about 1,400 of those were sold. The BYD Frigate A7, also a plug-in hybrid. About 1,000 of those were delivered, and that makes the majority of BYD sales. Now, there is, of course, other vehicles. BYD do have the Denza. The Denza, they have a couple of different models of Denza. That's a joint venture business with Mercedes-Benz, but BYD own 90%. So really, these sales of 302,000, probably closer to about 320,000 if you include their joint venture partnership, which they own 90% of with Mercedes-Benz. By the end of this year, BYD are planning on selling 4 million cars. Can they do it? I think they can. After this month of March, which was a truly staggering month. Good chance, though, that if BYD keeps selling this many cars, their competition in China will struggle enormously. We're going to probably see some legacy auto companies leave China. Obviously, Mitsubishi left last year, basically went bankrupt there. We're going to see more Japanese automotive companies leave. I think Nissan will leave as well. General Motors, they're struggling. Ford are struggling. All legacy automakers are struggling in China. And this is the reason. BYD. And Tesla as well, but primarily BYD. Thanks for watching.